Okay, we're going to jump right in to part two on the road to recovery. And if you haven't seen part one, go over there and watch that video because all I'm trying to do is be an inspiration to someone. I'm trying to inspire someone to let you know if you're going through something, you can make it. You can overcome this. Trust in God and He will see you through. Um, y'all, as I was saying in my last video, I was feeling some type of way. And oh man, y'all, this came down on me so tough. Wednesday morning, I got up, I went to work, I came home from work. I'm pushing it, y'all. I'm pushing it. I'm like head hurting, stomach hurting, back hurting. I could barely walk. I'm like feeling all of this at once. So I come home. I say, Donna, you can do it. You can make it to church. And I get ready for church. I make it to church. I'm in church. I'm like in so much pain. But I say, God, I know you got me. I know you got me. I know you got me. And immediately after church, I'm just like, as I'm sitting there, it's like the pain is just getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, what is going on? So immediately after church, um, my pastor then prayed for me. And I'm just like, oh man, I needed that. I needed that. I needed that strength. I needed that strength to keep going. I needed it. I needed it. So once I got in the car, I started driving. And as I'm driving, like I got the, I'm sorry, y'all, I got the AC on. And I'm freezing. It's like, I'm so cold. If you was in a car with me, you would think it was like winter or something outside, but I am freezing. So I turn the air off. Once I turn the air off, I'm like, dang, that's hot. So I turn the air back on. I'm driving down the street. I'm just like, oh, I gotta turn this air back off. I turn the air back off. Then it get hot. I turn it back on. I'm like going from hot to cold, hot to cold, hot to cold, all the way home. So finally, once I get home, I use the restroom, and I'm telling y'all, all of a sudden, like, it just hit me. I'm just like, I'm just shaking like that, y'all, sitting on the toilet, and I have no control over it. I have no control. It's just like going and going and going. And like, I'm trying to get up, but I'm so cold to where my body was not allowing me to get up. So finally, sitting there for a minute, I'm just like, oh my goodness, it wasn't nobody here but me and my granddaughter. And I didn't want to scare her. So I'm just sitting there. So finally, I push myself up. I say, ooh, I just had that strength came from somewhere. I know it was nobody but God. So I push myself up. I get in my bed, I lay down, and I get under the covers, and I'm just like, because me, I sleep with about two or three covers. I sleep with my sheet, I have a comforter, and I have like a little blanket on top. So I always sleep with a lot of covers, but I always have to have a fan blowing in my face. So no matter if I'm freezing or not, I always got to have that fan on. So I got the fan on and I'm just freezing, y'all. I'm like, what are you doing, Donna? You got the fan on, you freezing. So finally I calmed down. And once I stopped shaking, I'm just laying there. And then now my body is getting hot. I'm under the covers, my body is getting hot. So my daughter is at work. Nobody's here but my granddaughter. So I call my son and I tell him what just had happened. He was like, Mom, you need to go to the emergency room. I'll come take you. And I was just like, no, I'm okay now. Everything calmed down. So if I make it and I'll be okay tonight, I'll go to the emergency room tomorrow, because my daughter was off and, I didn't want to leave my granddaughter here overnight because I know they was going to take all night to do whatever they had to do. So as I'm laying in the bed, my back, oh my goodness, my back started hurting so bad. It was like I couldn't hardly walk. I couldn't hardly get up. I couldn't hardly do nothing. I'm still pushing. I'm still pushing. So I get up Thursday. My back hurting so bad. I'm not knowing what to do. I text my job and I let them know that I was in so much pain. But since I waited until like a certain amount of time, they had nobody to call in for me, which I could have told them, hey, I'm not going to go in, but that's just not me. I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to leave you hanging. So I got up, I went in. Once I got to my job, the lady that I worked for, her daughter wasn't there. So I'm barely making it. I'm creeping. I'm like, every which way I turn, every which way I move, my back was hurting so bad. So finally, the daughter came and I'm sitting on the couch. She came through the door. She say, LaDonna, she said, you don't look good. I said, I'm in pain. She said, I can tell you're in pain. She said, you are in pain. She said, you need to go home. And I say, yeah. I say, I just can't any other time. If I have a migraine, um, anything that's going on with me, I normally just, just fight it out and stay until it's my time. But today I couldn't do it. I was in so much pain. I was about to cry. So finally I got home. My daughter was here. I told her, I said, I'm going to need you to take me to the emergency room. And she was like, okay. I say, but let's wait till the traffic die down because it's like about, I don't know, 3, 4 or something like that. And traffic is bad out here where we live. So I'm telling her we're going to wait till the traffic die down. So I get up. My back is hurting just so bad. I push myself to get up. Barely walk. Tiptoeing to the toilet. I go and I use the toilet. I couldn't get up. I could not get up off that toilet for nothing in the world. My back was hurting so bad. When I tell you my back was hurting so bad, it was hurting so bad to where I could not push myself up. Finally, I'm sitting there and I say, Lord, I don't know what I'm going to do. My phone is in the room. I can't get off the toilet. I don't know what's about to happen, but I got to figure it out. I sat there for a little while. I sat there and I'm just like, oh, Lord, help me. Help me, Lord. Help me. Help me. So I say, Donna, you got to push yourself up. You got to get some strength somewhere. I say, Lord, please give me some strength to just get off this toilet. I sat there for a little while. And it was just like out of nowhere, I got some strength. I pushed myself up. Woo! Boy, them tears fell. That pain was hurting so bad. I finally made it to my bed. I called my daughter and I told her to call EMS, that I'm not going to be able to make it to ride in the car to the emergency room to call EMS. So she called EMS. They came. They took me to the hospital. Once I got to the hospital, they started running all these tests, CAT scans, was giving me this, they was giving me all this medicine, this pain medicine. I tell you, that pain medicine, it worked, but it didn't work. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, what is going on? I am in so much pain to where I was in tears. I was just like, this is a pain I don't wish on nobody. Then I'm just like, oh, what is going on? So after everything, they ran all the tests. They sent me home with meds. They told me that I just have a huge fibroid and it's sitting on my kidneys and it's pushing up against everything. So that's what's causing all this pain. But no, that was not satisfying to me. It was something else going on with my body that I knew it was something else. They could not tell me anything else differently that they were trying to tell me, but no, I wasn't going for. I knew something else because the next morning I woke up, I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink anything. My mouth was white from the top of my tongue all the way to the back of my throat. I knew something was wrong. I'll see y'all on part 3. Tune in on the road to recovery.